As Nigerian Senate resumed plenary session after Christmas and New Year breaks, Senate President David Mark said the upper chamber of the National Assembly will ensure the passage of Petroleum Industry Bill before the end of the session, which is 5 months' time. David Mark, while welcoming the member of the Senate to the Red Chamber, said the last lap of the 7th Senate is loaded with topical national issues which will be considered before the end of the session in June this year.
We have a loaded agenda before the 7th Assembly, and there are many issues to be addressed before the termination of our tenure. These include passing the Petroleum Industry Bill, the financial for the oil crisis and its impact on our budgetary commitments, ensuring the free, fair, transparent, and credible election.
Speaking on the 2015 budget, Senate President David Mark explained that the Senate will pass the budget proposal into law before the general election next month.
The National Assembly is committed to the passage of the 2015 budget. Before we do that, however, we must allow for a deliberate, meticulous, and exhaustive debate of the estimates. This is an important process which affords us the opportunity to make inputs for the common good of the people.
However, cross-section of the senators are reacting to the issue of the 2015 budget. Senator Ayo Gwese said the budget will be passed into law before the election.
I think after our sitting tomorrow or thereabout, the rest of the month will be devoted to dealing with the budget, and we'll deal with it and pass it before we go for the elections.
In his reaction, Senator Lawa submitted that the budget proposal is not balanced.
Giving 5 billion in the name of presidential program for Northeast for the insurgency issues that we have, and then over 63 billion is appropriated for 30,000 ex-militants. I think there is no equity, there is no justice in this kind of provision, and I cannot sit here and just pass that kind of budget. So we need to work on the budget. We need to ensure that there is equity, there is fairness, there is justice in the distribution of the resources of the country, and we cannot just pass it without doing the scrutiny. If we have to do that, how do you now take the elections as a factor? It is time for most people to go out for campaigns, whether you are running or not in the chamber, if you belong to a political party anyway. And I believe that we cannot, in all fairness, sit here while the campaigns are going on. We care.
While Senator Smart Adeyemi said the issue of dwindling oil revenue will be a long way to determine the benchmark of the budget.
The thing about this year's budget is we are all in a dilemma. We are at a crossroad as to what's going to be the benchmark. You cannot work on the budget without knowing what should be the benchmark. As of yesterday, the price of crude oil is still nosediving. So what do we use as a benchmark? Because not just passing the figure that matters to me. What matters to me is passing a realistic budget. And to pass a realistic budget, you must have the benchmark. You must know what is going to be your income. If you don't know that, how can you come with a budget? And it's not only Nigeria that's at a crossroad. You know, many nations that are solely depending on oil are in a crossroad as to what's going to be the benchmark. I saw on air yesterday, Venezuela, they are complaining, they have declared recession.
Meanwhile, there is a constitutional provision that empowers the president to spend 50% of the previous year budget, while the proposal for the current year is pending before the National Assembly. From Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting. As political activity gathered momentum across the country, the Nigerian main opposition party, or Progressive Congress, has inaugurated its campaign organization right here in the heart of Abuja, the Nigerian Federal Capital Territory. Speaking at the inauguration of the Presidential Campaign Council, the main challenger in the next month presidential election, APC presidential flag bearer General Muhammadu Buhari, issues warning to all its supporters and followers across the country not to be involved in any form of violence.
For this and for other reasons, I must warn all my supporters, volunteers, and other well-wishers within the party or even out of it, not to insult or to be rude to any other aspirant or party leader on my behalf. My supporters must not engage in any kind of behavior or conduct that will tarnish the image of any leader or promote division and rancor within the ranks of the party. Whoever does that should know he or she is working for the enemy.
General Buhari also used the occasion to charge the members of the party to redouble their efforts and be vigilant in order to ensure victory for the party in the forthcoming poll.
To be more meaningful, your support must extend beyond my person and always be available to the party and all those the party puts forward, because it is the party that is the platform.
Meanwhile, the Director General of the 80-man Campaign Council, Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, said the time is ripe for the opposition party to effect necessary change in the country.
This is the best chance for the opposition. There will not be another chance like this anymore. We can't afford to lose it. We cannot also afford to disagree on any issue. The only issue we can afford to disagree on is that we must not make mistakes. We must agree that President Goodluck Jonathan and PDP have had their cup filled by themselves, and that society wants them out.
Speaking on behalf of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, former governor of Osun State, PC Akonde, said the member of the council accepted to serve in the interest of the country.
And expansive. And the dream suggests transparently that by May 29 this year, is going to become the president of Nigeria. On behalf of all the members of the Presidential Campaign Council, we accept the nomination into this council. Thank you very much.
With this development, the die is now cast between the sitting president, President Goodluck Jonathan, and his main challenger, General Muhammadu Buhari. From the secretariat of the Buhari Campaign Organization, Muyiwa reporting from Nigeria. This is the resident of the elder statesman, Chief Edwin Clark. Chief Edwin Clark has appealed to all the political gladiators in the next month presidential election to run a clean campaign and to ensure the election is violence-free. Chief Edwin Clark made the appeal while playing host to the delegation of Northern Nigerian Youth Organization, who came to pledge their support for the candidature of President Goodluck Jonathan. Chief Clark said issue-based campaign will guarantee a violence-free poll.
Buhari is our son, is our brother. Let us fight a clean fight. No sentiment, no religious sentiment, no tribal sentiment. That's not what Nigeria wants.
He also called on Nigerians across the country to vote on merit basis and not to follow tribal and religion sentiments.
Nigerians, whether you are a northerner or you are a southerner, look at the person who wants to govern you. And do not look at his religion. Do not look at his tribe. Look at his qualities.
Also speaking at the event, Senator Clever Ikisipo called for support for President Goodluck Jonathan re-election bid.
For supporting the person of Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And believe me, with our leader here and my very good self, Goodluck will never fail you.
As the countdown to the election has already started, one only hope that the election will be free indeed. From Asoko, Abuja, Muyo Bamdele reporting.
The Securities and Exchange Commission has named Eastwall Executive Commissioner Operations Munir Gwazo as the Acting Director General of the Commission, following the tenure expiration of the former DG Aruma Ote. Gwazo takes over the leadership of the Commission from Ote, whose tenure as DG SEC expired on January 7. Ote, while handing over to Gwazo, described her 5-year tenure at the Commission as absolutely outstanding, attributing it to the cooperation she received from every member of staff. She said what the Commission has been able to achieve, in summary, is to lay a foundation for the nation to see a capital market that will help tackle its infrastructure challenges. She, however, appealed to staff to continue to work hard and support the leadership to ensure that the brand that has been built is not eroded. Munir Gwazo is an economics degree holder from the Bayero University, Kano, also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers. He has played roles in the Nigerian capital market as an operator and as a regulator. Awesome Raphael, Ben Television News, Abuja, Nigeria.